Thank you. You were very nice all singing Gringo with me. If I start off with that song, I know what kind of audience I have. You're good. You know how to have fun, don't you, here in Fogartyville? You almost, I can't see, it's a bit dark, but you look like you're about 25, 26. Especially that table. My mum had me when she was 51 years old. It was a shock to her. They thought I was a tumour, actually, but anyway. But I lost her a few years ago, but she did make it to 96. And she was... Thanks, it was all down to me. But, no, but she just played. She always played. She always had fun. She played ping pong way late into her 80s. Probably at 91, I think she was playing ping pong. She was still driving at 94. She stopped using the brake at 92. But no. It's like many people around here, I've noticed. Important to keep on playing and screaming Gringo. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, listen to this message if you would. Life is so full of creases, that's why I think wrinkles are very good. It is most imperative to have a little joyfulness each day. So don't stop playing just because you grow old, or you grow old because you stop to play. Because you never know you're never too old to be young. When you're halfway through, you just begun. Never too old to be young. When they tell you to act your age, they're obviously lacking in expertise. Can't they see it doesn't matter? Unless you're a bottle of wine or a piece of cheese. So when those twilight years smile down like diamonds upon you, please remember when you think you've done it all, you're gonna always find something new. Cause you never know, you're never too old to be young. There's a million songs to be sung, cause you're never too old to be young. Everybody, if you were wise, you can have whatever you visualize. If you believe it, you really can be like Peter Pan. Cause you're never too old to be young. Halfway through, just begun, never too old to be young. Sing with me. You never know you're never too old to be young. From the age of 3 until 101, you're never too old to be young. One more time. Never know you're never too old to be young. There's a million songs to be sung, cause you're never too old, you're never too old, you're never too old, you're never too old, you never brings me to the song of breakfast food and unrequited love. Keep your ears peeled because there's a little food imagery in this one. Well, you give me hard eggs every morning, cheese, I'ma let you go. You give me hard eggs every morning, cheese, I'ma let you go. You butter hot grits your teeth and bury it. I do not love you no more. Ham, bacon, you to leave me. I never sausage misery. Ham, bacon, you to leave me. I never sausage misery. You acted so ungrapefruitly. You gave me a raisin to be free. You give me hot eggs every morning, cheese, I'ma let you go. You give me hard eggs every morning, cheese, fix your teeth and bear it. I do not love you no more. Oh no. Oh, what do you eggs-Benedict me to do? I've got nothing else to say. What do you eggs-Benedict me to do, baby? I've got nothing else to say. You left a waffle toast in my mouth. You biscuit out of town today. You give me hot eggs every morning. Cheese, I'ma let you go. You give me hot eggs every morning. Cheese, I'ma let you go. And you know what they say? Hell hath no fury like a woman's scone. It's true, I got a bad case. It's a very, very bad case. I got a bad, bad case of the breakfast blues, yeah. I got the breakfast blues. You were a great crowd, I have to say. Anyone from France out there? I'm just checking. France. You know, my mum came from France originally and then married my dad just before the Second World War. He was very English, she was very French, and they fell in love. And he proposed to her, I think, in 3 days. And so when I was a little girl, I grew up in England, but I heard all these French stories. And my mum was born in 1913, so for her first 20 years in Paris, well, she you know, was in gay Paris, basically. Gertrude and Alice were there. They were playing all that great 20s music in the little cafes. Oh, and I loved to hear the stories. My grandpa died in the First War, so it was just women in the house. So my grandma became the secretary to an American family there. And they would follow the American family around. So in the winters they were in Paris, and in the summers they'd go to their beautiful little summer home, or large summer home, in a village called Barbizon, which is on the edge of the forest of Fontainebleau. So my mum, as a little girl, was overjoyed for her summer vacation to spend the whole of the summer in this. They were in the lodge at the end of the garden, you know, and the Americans had the big house, and my family at the end of the garden, and my grandma would do secretarial work, of course, in the big house. My mum was free to go roaming the forest, climb the rocks, climb the trees, play with the local children. They even had tennis courts in the grounds of the house. The house was called La Lisière, and that means on the edge. It was on the edge of the forest. So I grew up with all these great stories. So when I did lose my mum, I went to see if I could find the village and the house. So of course I found the village. Me and my girlfriend, we went and we got a little bed and breakfast. We were just 3 days there. We took the train from Paris and we decided to rent bicycles, and all I had was a sketch of La Lisière. And it was beautiful, and we went riding up and down the edge of the forest, and we couldn't find it, so we stopped for a picnic, and maybe we'd buy a baguette and some cheese and go and sit on a rock, and then we'd carry on looking. And we couldn't find it, so we decided to ask in the bed and breakfast, oh, maybe it looks familiar with what you ask in the local cafe. So we went to the cafe. Excusez-moi, do you know this place? Oh, maybe it looks familiar, but I think you should ask the artist on the corner. We asked the artist on the corner. He's like, I think in the past I may have painted this house, but I think you should ask in the mairie, down in the town hall. So we went to the town hall. We went everywhere. Went back to the cafe. Oh, do I have a glass of wine, girls? Oh, your mother is very beautiful, très jolie. Oh, wow. We showed all the photos. Anyway, it was great. On the third day, we still hadn't found it. People were like, bonjour, girls, have you found it yet? But we had a great time, and then it was time to give the bikes back, and we still hadn't found it. And I was grieving, and I thought, it's not about the finding, it's about the searching, isn't it? And it felt great to see her village. But just as we were heading to the bike shop, I saw another road, and it was the one next to the forest road. And I suddenly got this wild feeling in my belly. I thought, oh, the developers came, didn't they? And they put more houses. It's like here, probably, you had, like, not the houses right on the edge. I don't know Sarasota well enough, but they always keep finding another edge, don't they, those developers? And they had found another edge. This road that we were going one in was just incredible. It was cobblestones. The walls were really old. There was much more wisteria dangling over them. Tons of ivy. And then we reached these two big pillars with balls on the top. And it said a sign, interdit. That means, do not enter. Well, I don't know what this means. We continued, we kept going. My heart was going pitter-pat because I looked and the roof looked very similar to the one in my picture, and we got nearer. There was a little green gate, and I didn't need glasses then. I saw it. It said La Lisière. Climbed on her shoulders, and sure enough, looked over, and there was the very house that my mum had her wonderful childhood memories. And I felt like I found what I was looking for. It's time to move on, time to go back. And I could hear my mum saying, okay, move on now, darling, you found it, come on, goodness me. And my girlfriend was saying, I'm going to ring the bell. I was like, no, don't ring the bell. And she said, I said, my mum would say, don't, come on, it's time to finish. And my girlfriend's from Long Island. She said, my mother would say, ring the bell. And she rang the bell, didn't she? I was like, and then dogs were, the doors opened, they were electronic doors, opened, and this businessman in all tweed turned up, and qu'est-ce que c'est, what do you want? And anyway, we're friends with him now, and you're probably going back and visit him one day. You do sometimes find what you're searching for. Running like a girl, fast into the sun. No one can catch you now. No one, not anyone. Living on the edge of the Fogartyville. The rocks are like elephants. The trees are like songs. The house is still standing. They're in Barbizon. Riding through the fields like you used to do. I'm looking for something. I'm looking for you. Rows of golden corn painted on the sky, amber and orange, all summer long. Clock has stopped ticking. They're in Barbizon. Running like a girl, fast into the sun. No one can catch you now. No one, not anyone. Living on the edge of the Fogartyville. The rocks are like elephants. The trees are like songs. The house is still standing. They're in Barbizon. All right, let's do a new one. You know, I just checked Provincetown weather and it's freezing, and someone sent a photo of our house all covered in snow. And they put all the snow on the roof here. I don't know if you noticed when you walked in. In case you forget what snow looks like, just look out. And you know, we did have snowy winters in England. I come from the south, though. It's not like up in Scotland and the north of England. Get much more snow up there. It was milder. We had rain all the time growing up. And but you know, we would celebrate Christmas, and I would have you know, always hope for a snowy Christmas. And then I fell in love in America, and with a girl of the Jewish persuasion. And now my Christmases are very different. I spend my Christmases in New York City, in the Chinese restaurant, followed by a movie. And it's lovely, it's lovely, it's lovely. But I wrote this little ditty. I know it's not the right season for it, but I feel like singing. This is for Sharon Topper. I used to have holly and ivy, kiss underneath the mistletoe, sing carols, drink barrels, wear festive apparels, but all that seems so long ago. I used to have turkey and stuffing, hang stockings up for St. Nick, but since I took a fancy to a girl from Delancey, my Yuletide has changed quite a bit. Now it's peeking dark for Christmas, lo mein and dumplings and tea. 'Tis the season of joy for my girl and this guy, my Shana Maidel, my Yiddish Maidel, my Shana Maidel and me. You can sway if you like. I had shepherds, 3 kings and a manger. My nativity scene was the biz. But as soon as I saw her, I bought a menorah, and I learned that it is what it is. It seems that my cattle stopped lowing, my jingle bells all have been rung, but I'm happy as a clam in the house of Hunan, 'cause I'm here with my chosen one. Yes, it's peeking dark for Christmas, and then a movie we'll see. Oh, how can this guy not plots with joy? My Shana Maidel, my Yiddish Maidel, my Shana Maidel and me. All together now, sway. Peeking dark for Christmas, lo mein and dumplings and tea. 'Tis the season of joy for my girl and this guy, my Shana Maidel, my Yiddish Maidel, my Shana Maidel and me. We're going to play that all year long. Let's go to New Orleans. How far is the drive to New Orleans from here?
Too far.
Too far. Oh, I love New Orleans, and I used to go there all the time. I remember sitting in a bar waiting for my friend, and the door opened and in came this guy, because voodoo's big there, isn't it, as well as jazz. And there was this man, he was wearing a black long cloak, holding a stick, and you know what was on the end of the stick?
Nice.
Thank you. A skull. A skull, and I smiled at him. Because I didn't know what, a man with a skull on the stick, and I said, hello. And he came right up to me, of course, and he looked me in the eye, and he said, I am the Prince of Love. And I can bless you with love for the rest of your life. For $5. And he was still there, and I had $5 in my pocket, and I didn't know what else to do, and I thought, well, actually, I thought that's a bargain. So I pulled out the $5 and I said, go on then, bless me with love, please. And he got out all this magic, he had magic dust in his pocket, put it all in my hair, may have been lint, I don't know. But anyway, he had rabbit's feet, little rabbit's feet, magic rabbit's feet said. He was speaking in tongues at this point. It was all frenzied around the bar, and I was being blessed with love, and all the people were looking at me, and it was very intense, and I believed, I paid my $5, I was gonna believe. And we were all feeling light around the bar. I mean, some people more than others. But I did, walked along Bourbon Street on a cloud, feeling the love. And I went back to P-Town and I told my friend I just got blessed with love. And she'd been to New Orleans a bit before me, and she said, I can't believe you're telling me this. She flipped open her cell phone and she had a picture of the same guy. She'd been blessed too, for $3. But more people should be blessing people with love, don't you think? There we go, I got my rabbits. Way down south in New Orleans, it's the land of the Mardi Gras kings and queens. There's one more royal on that scene, the Prince of Love. He will make a special brew to bring the romance back for you, for a Dixie beer and $1 or two. That Prince of Love will cross his palm, you'll be under his spell. He do that voodoo, even he do very well. Rampa down to Basin Street, a bar to bar on the Bourbon Beat, a tooth of gold and a whiskey neat. That Prince of Love, yeah. It's your fortune, so do not fear. He'll empty out your pockets, but you're here. What you wanna hear must be time for another drink. One more for the voodoo shrink. He's a cousin of Maria Laveau, I think, yeah. That Prince of Love, yeah. For sure. Well, the night's on fire and the moon's aflame, and they're playing Jelly Roll again. The real McCoy, he's on the game. That Prince of Love, yeah. Help me out. My grandma, see your grandma sitting by the fire, yeah. My grandma, see your grandma, she gon' set your flag on fire. Talking about hey now, hey now, hey now, hey now. I go and they roll. Jack 'em off in na 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 na. Jack 'em off in na